What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now, I want to go through the trades that I took this week, and I want to explain what I learned from it. So I'll start with what I did this week. So I'll just go day by day and what I did. I'm not gonna show the charts because it's gonna be too long, and I wanted to make a short video just based on the lesson of the week that I got. So Monday I took two trades. They were both losses. So a big loss in general. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, I didn't take any trades, but there were trades to take. So what happened was I was too scared to take the risk and put money on the table. And it made me realize this midweek that, I gotta be more, I have to be willing to take risks more often. And obviously don't take bad risks. Like, there's calculated risks that are the reward outweighs the risk, and that's what I want to focus on. And then Thursday I took two trades. One was a loss, and then I took a second trade which was a win, but it only made up for the loss. It wasn't more than my previous loss, so it was a break-even day. And then Friday there was no trades to take, so I didn't take any trades. Now, it is Sunday today, and I went to church this morning. And what they were talking about in church was about forgiveness. They asked this question, why is it so hard to forgive? And the first thought that came to my head when the pastor was talking was that sometimes you need to forgive yourself. Like, there's times where something happens and you need to forgive other people, but there's also times where you need to forgive yourself for doing something wrong that you don't agree with. And they were talking about, so I searched up what is the meaning of forgiveness. So what I got was to forgive means to let go of bad feelings. Now, what they were talking about in the church was to forgive, or forgiveness means to accept what happened. So now I thought about it in church, and I'm like, how can I take this to my trading? And what I took from it was that this week there were 2 days where I had days where I didn't take trades because I was scared to take the risk. And I really it got to me those days before, those 2 days. I was mad at myself. Why wasn't I taking these risks? And it started to get to me, and over the following days I'm like, okay, I need to take more risks and whatever. But the thing that really stuck with me was that now today's Sunday, after hearing the sermon at the church, was that I need to be able to forgive myself for the things that I did wrong and learn from it. So it's like I was scared to take the risk. So now don't just push it away and whatever, go on the next day, because that's not how you grow. So it's don't hold a grudge towards other people, and it's also don't hold a grudge towards you. You're gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes, but the best thing to do is learn from these mistakes, and it's hard to accept. So the first step is to accept what happened. So this week I missed two good trades that would have made me a profit, but I was too scared, and instead of pushing it away from me and saying, okay, just forget about it and move on, it's I should be, and I will accept that, okay, this is what happened, this is what I did. Now how can I take that lesson and move forward? How can I grow as a trader from the experience that I had? And that's the main thing that I want to take from today, because the past few months, June and July, the spring, I had a good spring in terms of trading, but the past 2 months, I've kind of been going through this rough patch or whatever. I don't know if it's markets or if it's me, where I haven't been doing well psychologically, and that's what's hindering my trading, I feel like. And it's really been getting to me, and I need to stop getting angry and start just accepting this is what happened. There's nothing, I can't go back and change what happened. So accept that this happened the past few months, or even like let's say yesterday you took a bad trade, whatever, it's Sunday, but let's say it's Tuesday and Monday you took a bad trade. Instead of saying, oh, I should have done this, like, damn, like, what the hell was I thinking? What was I doing? It's like, no, this happened. We can't go back. We can't go in the past. We can't go back and fix what happened. But what we could do is accept what happened and learn from it, so that the next day we could say, okay, we did that. We're not going to push it away. We're going to learn from that mistake and apply the solution the next day. And that's something that maybe I've been struggling with or something. I've become a bit impatient with my success in trading, where it's like I just want it to work. And the truth is, I've read so many biographies of traders, and it's like, that's not how it works, man. You gotta really put in the work, and it's all about learning every single day and just keep going. Because yes, you could quit, and this is another thing that I hear, is that in general, not just trading, that right when you feel like this is it, like I can't handle it, that's when people quit. But if you keep pushing that extra, just push that extra, that just might be it for you to find that success. And it's like, now when you push extra, it's like, okay, what can you do differently? So you're not quitting. So from everyone else, so you're not quitting, so everyone else is quitting. Now you keep going, but don't keep doing the same thing that you were doing. Learn from them, because what you were doing before wasn't working, or else you wouldn't be in this position. So do something different, learn from what you were doing in the past, and change, see what you can do different. It might not be the better option, but it might be the better option. So it's like, keep changing. And then let's say it wasn't the better option, like you're saying, okay, I'm gonna do this instead. Maybe it wasn't the better option, but still, okay, then you evaluate that situation. Okay, what can I do different from that? And you keep stacking those new experiences and learning from those experiences. And that, I think, is what's going to take me and you to the next level. I've been praying, I'm going to be honest, and I've started to get really impatient, where it's like I feel like I'm doing so much to try to be good and successful. And you sometimes get to the point of like what else, like, God, what else do you want me to do? And it's hard, but this is it. Like, that's what God wants you. This is what God wants to happen to you, because he wants to know if you're really in it for him, or if you're just in it for that success in this world. Because when you go through struggle, I believe God and Satan gives you struggle, but God gives you struggle because he wants to see where your heart is at. Once you realize and you show God that your heart is to him, in him, that's when he's going to give you your fruits. So I get it. I'm impatient, you're impatient, you want success now, you want to live a good life, you want to stop the struggle. But it's like, that's all part of the process. And you're going to look back when you do succeed and think like, man, like, I was dumb back then, thinking that like I was about to quit. I was almost about to quit, but I didn't, because I knew that I just needed to keep going, keep learning, keep getting closer to God. Also another reason, just going through every day trying to get closer to God, which will in turn bring you closer to your goals. Because God is giving. God is all loving and all giving, and he will give you what you want, what you deserve. But there is a price, whether it's struggle. Yes, I'm not homeless, Sometimes it's hard to believe that, like, man, like, just why? Like, that's my question. It's like, why? But You just gotta keep going and trust the plan, man. God's all knowing. He knows what's best for you. And if this struggle is necessary, then I'm all in, man. Give it to me. I'll get through it. I don't care. As long as I'm with God, that's all I need. You know what I mean? And everything else I believe will come through God. And that's it. So that's what I took from today, and that's what I'll leave you guys with. We'll see how next week goes in terms of trading. And yeah, so I'll see you next week, Lord willing. Take care.